Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. And today we are going to talk about productivity myths. So, as you know, being productive is like very important to crush your goals. But there are many productivity myths around on the internet, on the web, and everywhere which people follow blindly and they think that they are being productive. But instead, they are just being busy and they are just wasting their time. Today, I'll be debunking those 10 productivity myths which you have been told since childhood. These myths will just hinder your progress, and instead you must try to follow some strategies in order to be more productive at your work. So let's get started. Tip number 1, multitasking. Multitasking is one of the most common myths around there on YouTube. Many YouTube celebrities tell that multitasking helps in productivity, but it's a complete lie. Multitasking in reality decreases your productivity. A research has shown that while doing multitasking, you will be not able to even do 40% of your tasks and your productivity will go down by 40%. Therefore, having focused on one product at a time, we switch tasks and try to do many tasks one at a time. What happens is your brain has to focus on a completely different task again, and therefore it takes a lot of energy and your focus decreases, and because of these switches, therefore you must only focus on one task at a time. For example, if you have to complete a report and at the same time you are checking your emails and you are chatting with your friends as well, this will result in decrease in productivity. Your report will not be up to the mark, and also by chatting your friends, while you are working on creating a report, you are also chatting with your friends and checking your emails continuously. This will not increase your productivity but decrease your productivity, because your report will also be not up to the mark, and while chatting you might commit various grammatical errors because your focus will be half on chatting, half on creating reports, half on continuously refreshing your mail. This will hinder your productivity. Therefore, you must always focus on one task at a time and try to finish it and then move towards the other task. This will help you keep focus and make sure you take breaks in between. Therefore, you will be more enthusiastic and more focused on the second task while doing your work. Myth number 2. Working longer hours means being more productive. This is also a complete lie. Some people feel that while they work longer hours, they are more productive. But research has shown that the ideal work day a person should have is up to 6 hours. So, if you tend to work continuously for more than 6 hours, your productivity will be hindered. Therefore, you need to make sure that you take breaks in between and work in the patches. Try to focus on your most important task first, and then make sure you gradually increase your pace and move towards your goals. For example, if you have to submit a project by the end of the day and it will be taking 12 hours for it to complete. So, instead of sitting for continuously 12 days and making sure it is completed, make sure that you take 3 hours breaks in between and try to finish the work in chunks. This will help you being more productive instead of just sitting continuously for 12 hours and feeling bad about yourself. Myth number 3. More meetings means more productivity. This is also a complete lie. Most of the people think that when they arrange meetings, they are discussing about some important topics and it is being more productive at work. But it is far from true. Most of the meetings don't have any structured idea or structured scope of it. Therefore, they are not fruitful and they are just a waste of time. Therefore, make sure you have very less meetings which are more structured, more. Therefore, make sure only to have meetings when they are really important, and make sure they are structured and have like a very finite amount of time allotted to it. For example, if you schedule a meeting to discuss upon starting a new project, but if the meeting is not structured, by the end of the meeting, you will not come up with a very good idea about it. This will lead to waste of your as well as your team members' time and productivity. Okay. You need to have a perfect work environment in order to be more productive. This is also a myth. Most people think that they need to have a perfect work environment, like a perfect clean desk, a perfect clean room, and a silent place in order to be more productive. But it is not true. Research has shown that a bit of messiness also helps you to boost your creativity and your productivity. Therefore, just don't wait for the perfect moment. just get started with your task. Just don't procrastinate and start your work on the go. Most people will feel very much daunted by the task and all. So if you feel procrastinated, I have created another video. Make sure you check it. Myth number 5. You can't be productive if you are not motivated. Do you think that you always need motivation to be productive at your work? This is also a common productivity myth lying around on the internet. It's not true. You just need to get started with your task and build momentum in order to complete your task. Instead of searching for motivation, focus on creating a process. For example, start with the Pomodoro technique. Just focus at least 12 minutes to 20 minutes on your task and then see the result. Instead of waiting for the motivation to kick in, make sure that you build momentum on the way so that you will feel better about yourself and stay focused on your task. Because to be honest, motivation will get you started, but discipline will get you going. Myth number 6. You need to-do list to be focused and productive at your work. To-do list can be very helpful, but having a very long to-do list will hinder your productivity. You will feel very overwhelmed about the task written down and you won't feel like being started on a given task. Instead, make sure you select 2 to 3 important tasks of your day and focus your 100% on completing that 3 tasks. You will feel very good about yourself because you would have done 3 complete tasks by the end of the day instead of doing 10-15 incompleted tasks by the end of the day. Therefore, being productive is very important and having a to-do list is also very important. But just make sure your to-do list is not bigger than 5 tasks. Myth number 7. You cannot be productive without having caffeine. Coffee is a major player in everybody's life now. People feel that you cannot work a longer period of hours without having caffeine. For example, coffee or Red Bull or anything. But this thing is actually harmful to your health. Studies have found out that caffeine actually increases your anxiety and decreases your focus. Therefore, before working for long period of hours, make sure that you eat healthy and remain focused instead of having lot of caffeine. For example, if you want to work the whole late night and what happens is you take a lot of caffeine, then what will happen is you will stay up all night long and may be able to complete your report or do your task. But your task will not be up to date and you will also feel very much dizzy, and by the next day your presentation shows up, you will feel very much tired about yourself. This really is a hindrance towards productivity. Myth number 8. Working without a plan. By this, I mean that most of the people feel that life is very much unpredictable. So why just plan for the next day? We'll just get up and we'll just get going. We'll fight all the things which are coming our way and we'll just make sure everything is good. But it doesn't work that way. If you don't have a morning plan or a routine set up for yourself, you are just wasting your time. You will get up by your own desired amount of time. You will just not be more productive and you're just run into procrastination all day long. Therefore, having a proper structure and a proper routine will help you stay motivated and on course to crush your goals. For example, if you decide to write down all your morning one night before, your brain will think that, hey, I have to wake up at 6:30 because I have to go to the gym. By this, you will make sure that you're setting up a process for yourself, which your body and your mind must follow. This will help you stay very much motivated and on course to complete your task. If you do not have a plan, you will very much be more unproductive and feel overwhelmed about the task lying in front of you. Myth number 9. Saying yes to everything. For example, you have been working with your colleague, with your senior, and your senior says, let's go and have dinner. But you have to complete the project by the end of the day. But because he is your senior, you might think that, hey, let's go for the dinner and I can work all night long to complete the project. Once in a while, it is fine. But if you become a yes man and say yes to everything that comes in your way, you are just being a puppet of others. You should learn to say no and focus on your most important priorities in your life rather than just people pleasing every time and every now and then. By this, you will help yourself to set a set of boundaries and make sure that you are quite focused and quite relaxed, because being productivity is one thing and being happy about your own life is other. So in order to be happy and just making sure that you are always up with the given task, you need to set boundaries and learn to say no. Therefore, setting up a boundaries and learning to say no can help you avoid burnouts in the long run. Myth number 10. Productivity is all about working harder. This is the biggest productivity myth of all time. You might feel that working harder always tends to have benefits and give you results in the long run. But this is not true. Being productive and working harder are two different things. In order to be productive, you need to work smart and not work hard. For example, if you have given a task and you had to finish it and you have 3 hours to complete the task, so instead of working hard over 3 hours, you can find a delegation or automation tool for it and complete the task in 1 hour. You can make sure that the task is also completed beforehand, and also the task is of very much high quality and up to your standards. In this way, you will be able to manage your times, and working smarter will also make you feel valued about yourself. So, these were the 10 productive myths about productivity. Hope you like them. If you feel that there are any other productivity myths that you have been told since your childhood, just put it down in the comments. I read each and every comment and make sure to reply on them all. Thank you.